On the horizon is 10 million charging Roman army time travelers deploying on the beaches of Normandy. And this is a US Army nuclear ICBM missile system. And in today's video, we're going to be finding out if one nuke can destroy the Roman army. Answer, probably not. Here we go. I mean, it's a big shot right there. That absolutely shreds an entire section of the Roman army. But there's a whole bunch more coming forward, and now the ICBM is facing the wrong direction. So, when this battle inevitably fails and the nuclear missile system gets overrun, then we're going to have to go ahead and increase its numbers, slowly but surely, until we get an answer to our question of how many ICBM nuclear missile systems can take on the Roman army. And we'll probably also be adding in a number of additional units for the US Army, perhaps some guards to buy it more time, etc., etc. But all of which will be taking place on the beaches here. Now, the Romans are coming up here against the nuclear missile system, and these legionnaires are just kind of stabbing at it with spears, which, you know, it's not the most effective thing against metal, but eventually, there we go, they do kill the crewmen inside. And the ICBM got 8,600 kills. Now, there is another type of nuke in this game. This one, and this is the God Power nuke. Now, you know, it's a little bit more powerful than the ICBM, but we're not going to be using much of that today. So, why don't we go ahead and increase the number of nuclear missile systems? What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alright, we've increased it to 5 ICBM missile systems, which are now located up on this little high rise here to give them a little bit more of a height advantage, and I think that actually helps them fire earlier. And 2 massive shots, a third, a fourth coming in, and they are just absolutely wrecking house against these Roman soldiers, already up to 92,000 kills. Now, the reload time on these bad Larrys is quite steep. Where'd they go? Ah, here they are. So it might be a minute until they get more kills, but they are up to 99,000 after just 5 nukes going off right there. Now, that is a far cry from 10 million, and you know, there are still boyos coming on to the shore here from these boats, including catapults, Roman generals, principes, triarii, etc., etc., and some Roman archers too. So there's a lot of unit variety coming up here for the Roman army. Alright, are you guys gonna be able to get another shot off before you end up getting cooked by the Romans? I'm not entirely sure. They're pretty static at the moment, and you can see the Roman lines are closing in. If you guys do enjoy these videos, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below other ideas you guys have for videos. This was actually a highly requested one, was just nukes versus either zombies or Romans, and tons of people commenting this suggestion. So if you were one of them, huge shout out to you. There was a lot, and I think it's a great idea, and I'm surprised it took me so long to make this video in general. Either way, here come the Romans charging on up. I don't even think these guys are going to get a second shot off with their nukes. They're literally just sitting there doing nothing. RIP. The reload time on this could be very detrimental, so that's why we might need to add some US Army soldiers around them to help defend. There's one shot right there from one of them. Will the other 4 get their shots off? There's another right there, but it's really just buying them a little bit of time here. There goes another right there. They're up to now 123, now 24,000 kills. So they're doing, significantly better in that regard. But still, they're likely to lose this thing now. Why don't we time-lapse their demise? There we go. Romans get the W, and the nukes didn't even get another shot off. Let's really increase the number of nukes this time. I tried to spawn in 100 ICBMs, but we only managed to get 96 in here, and I spread them out quite nicely, so they're kind of all over the place. So the Romans will have a little bit tougher of a time. I'm still fairly doubtful that they get the W here, but you know what? There is the potential for it, and look at that. I mean, the amount of missile fire spam going out from these ICBMs is absolutely bonkers. Holy cow. That absolutely clobbered huge degrees of these Romans. But the problem is they don't have good precision fire. So Roman soldiers are, able to survive in the cracks of these nukes, well, not those guys, and reach some of these ICBMs. So, these guys really got to get a lot of fire out in order to destroy the Roman army before any of them can reach. But many of them are, in fact, reaching, so they need some backup support from that artillery fire in the back, and I just don't see that potentially happening too much here. There's another one, and helps out those two ICBMs tremendously, preventing them from falling to the wayside. But these ones over here now getting pressed hard, and we should have spawn-ins, and yes, we do. The catapults, the archers, the additional Roman troops coming forward from their LCVP Higgins boats that I don't even know how they got those, man. They had some advanced technology. God, the Romans were impressive, weren't they? Building World War II landing craft all the way back in the day, in the ancient times. Incredible. Another ICBM going off there. There's another one, and these reload times are still killer, even though we have 100 of these guys, well, just under 100. They're still not able to get too much fire out. That reload is just crazy long. We do have 5 of them dead on the battlefield now, and you can see the Romans in the distance there just kind of going through. Why don't we bird's eye view time-lapse these getting absolutely charged by the Romans. They're up to 500,000 kills. Not bad, but they've lost 10% of their total force now. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness. Yes! They might be able to hold out for a bit, but I don't think they're winning this one. Let's see, though. Alright, the US Army Nuclear Missile Systems fall again. There's only 6 million Romans left, so it says 1.3 million died, but I think many more died to explosive damage as well as fall damage and things like that from getting tossed in the air, which is something that happens in this game. It doesn't count as kills towards the units. And also, there is a crush from them spawning in. That does happen where units get crushed when they spawn on in, so a little bit of level killing too. However, I think we need to go ahead and spice this up because the nuclear missile systems just can't really do it alone. What we're going to do is we're going to go overkill one last time with a ton of nuclear missile systems and see if they can do it alone. And even if they can, we're going to go ahead and give them some bodyguards because I think that's what they need. They need something to put some distance between them and the zombie army. Alright, 1,000 nuclear missile systems. Well, actually 967 since some didn't spawn in, and oh my lord. That's a lot of fire right there. Holy cow. Wow. It is literal fireworks throughout the battlefield right now. Absolute insanity. Whew! A lot of them hitting in the exact same spot, though, which is just not all that effective. That is definitely one of those things where might be a waste of ammunition. Just a tad. Just a little bit of a waste of ammunition, but that's okay. That's all right. Okay, if they lose this, that's on them, man. That's on them. Let's go ahead and time-lapse it, though, because this is just goofy. And then we're going to shrink the number of nuclear missile systems, but give them some guards, and that way they can put some distance between themselves and the zombies and potentially actually squeeze out an honorable win other than just spamming out 1,000 ICBMs. They're firing in the wrong direction in some areas. You guys are a special breed, aren't you? They're already up to 570,000 kills. Holy cow. Okay, so the Romans only got 15 kills, and I think there's Romans just kind of glitched, or I don't know what's happening. Apparently there's still 6,000 alive, but oh yeah, they are. I think they're just constantly getting shot and knocked back, but this is obviously a nuclear missile system W right here. It only took 1,000 to take on 10 million Romans. But let's go ahead and do like 20 or 30 with some guards to see if that actually works. Alright boys, we've got 66,000 modern military soldiers here and 30 ICBM missile systems at the top. So these guys must defend said missile systems from the attacking Roman armies, trying to do more with a little bit less in terms of the firepower here, and I still think they can do it, because after all, as long as these guys can allow the back line time to reload their ICBMs, they'll be okay. I mean, we did do it with 50 ICBMs and they lost pretty horribly, and now we're only giving them 30, but if these troopers can keep the enemies away, keep them distant, then I think these ICBMs can definitely do some serious damage. We've already got good shots going in, adding up to 100,000 kills already. This is not the part of the battle that I am worried about, though. I think the infantry that's guarding the ICBM should be able to annihilate these Romans pretty easily, since they're going to be very scattered due to the missile systems getting some very nice shots in. It's more so once those catapults and archers and heavier units start attacking, instead of just regular legionnaires, I think we're going to see some problems. Either way, light machine guns back here from these assault units, firing away and ripping into a number of these Roman troops, getting a few kills here and there, and doing a pretty decent job, I would say, thus far. Now, these ICBMs do need to assist them because they don't have enough infantry units to hold back these Romans on their own. I made it so they really do need that support system in order to potentially win this thing. So hopefully these guys, get those shots in that they need. We've also got troopers on the flanks up here to guard at an angle, and a round of troopers behind the ICBMs with shotguns in case they do flank around this way too. They'll be attracted to those units rather than the ICBMs, which are of course the most important unit of this entire battle. Now, these troopers front and center are keeping the scraps away, I would say, though I'm not really seeing too many ICBM shots going out into the beaches here. We definitely need to see more of that. We need some big boom booms here. For real, for real. Honestly, come on, guys. Are we not shooting at all? There's a horde of Romans coming forward right now. We're already at 400 losses for the modern military. There we go. Okay, good. That'll disrupt nicely. They made like a nice little booba with those two shots. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now keep firing. That was only 2 shots. You guys have 30 ICBMs. Fire more. What are we doing here? What the heck, dude? We're already up to 3,300 dead army soldiers here, which is not good. There we go. That's a beauty. A couple more beauty shots right there, but again, they need to be really firing out a heck of a lot more because these troops down here are starting to get torn asunder by the attacking enemy. This is rough. This front line probably going to lose relatively quickly. Why don't we go ahead and watch it? Oh yeah, those Romans blasted through the front line pretty quickly there. I'm hoping the next line will do a lot better. I don't think they will. They have worse guns. The flanks are doing at least okay. Oh, these units look so dope! Yes! These units are made by Jamie D, and he does really, really fantastic Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 mods on the workshop. Seriously, shout out to him. I know he's working on some UN soldiers. Actually, I haven't checked my Discord today. He might have already finished them, which would be amazing. And I will pronto record some videos with that if they are done. The UN peacekeeping forces in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 would be so incredible. I'm really excited about that. I'm not so excited about these nuclear missile systems faltering and not doing too bueno. This is not good. 44,000 modern military units remain and 8.3 million Romans remain. Let's get the overhead here, but I think they're going to lose this one, honestly, in the defense. Alright boys, the Roman army did in fact trample through. Let's do one more battle, and we'll really raise the number of US Army troopers, but keep the nuclear missile systems the same. It's pretty fun to watch these time lapses with the nukes dropping, so let's keep her going. Alright boys, this time around 141,000 modern soldiers on the battlefield. Still the same 30 missile systems back this way, but just a lot bulkier of a defense. Here we go, missile systems already firing out yet again, and skadoosh. How many kills does one get? We have to wait for more men to land to die. This one's gonna hit, but before it hits, it's at about 22,000 kills, so I'm guessing probably more like 25,000 per shot, which is quite good, to be honest. That's a very nice. That's very good. Either way, we've seen this a few times. Let's time-lapse and just have fun watching the time-lapses. Come on in. Alright, well, they're still holding, although the enemy lines are right up against them here. The missile systems are doing a nice job of spreading out the enemy, which is good, so not all of them are coming forward all at once to attack these boyos, but still quite a number are. So, I don't know if they're going to win this one. It's tough, because they still do have 121,000 soldiers, but the enemies have 8 million, and I'm not sure the missile systems are helping enough, but time will tell. Alright, these boys are ascending the hill rather aggressively, but the defense is still holding. There's about 6.5 million Roman soldiers remaining on the battlefield. There's still more coming in from the LCVP Higgins boats back here, which is kind of crazy. That's a lot. And then over this way, they're starting to flank around, but the flanks are holding like way better than the front line, which is kind of bizarre. So I don't know, maybe the modern military will be able to do this. Why don't we do a bird's eye view one here and check it out? Okay, maybe the modern units can do this? I don't know. They're down to their last line here. There's still 2 million Romans remaining. They've done really well, though, surprisingly. But I do think they're probably going to take the L at this point. Nuclear missile systems are gone. It's just one line of units. Probably going to be an L, but they came fairly close, I feel like. And there we have it, Roman Victoire, with 2.3 million Romans remaining. What a interesting battle concept we ended up doing here. It was pretty crazy. I had a bunch of fun doing this. I like these weird random battles every once in a while that, don't really make all that much sense, but they're just good fun. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.